gonna be honest, I kind of forgot to print things yesterday. We do have the D20 getting done. We got small fries, tentacles, candy buttons, and the thing heating the extruder shut off in the middle of this, so bit of a strange problem, but we're just gonna print this top layer and glue it on because that's not that big a deal. Excitingly, we got a certain package from Filabot, but first, this guy. It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. The moment when Filabot pulls a Ted Kaczynski. I can't do this with my left hand. We're all gonna die. No friggin' way. No, it's impossible. I know this is like what I was supposed to get, but I'm not lying. I felt actual surprise when I saw this in the box. Now, first, when I picked up the box, it felt like about the right weight, so it wasn't that surprising. But I genuinely just thought, like, it can't be. There's no way they actually did send me a motor when they were supposed to. I'm even looking at the specs, and the specs seem to be correct on the motor. It just seemed like there was some way that they were gonna screw me. But Filabot, you know what? Maybe enough people just talked about how bad a company Filabot is, and they just decided, you know what? How about this? We become a good company. It's a crazy idea, but it just might work. Listen, if we don't like being a good company, we can always go back. But yeah, this is very comforting. And we're gonna try to aim to have, you know, 2 motors on hand at least, maybe more. Maybe this Christmas we just load up after the profits. But at least having 1 extra is a pretty good feeling. You know, I suppose one very remote possibility is they didn't do any kind of favor for me at all. What they did is they just happened to get the shipment of motors 2 to 3 months early. I really doubt that, but you know what? No, we're just going to accept that Filabot is a good company now. I got to get out of conspiracy mode. We're just accepting Filabot is a good company again. Yeah, I think I can believe that. All right, we got all the bees buzzing. It's coffee time. Oh yeah, starting to get that Texas fall vibe out. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. The body is ready. The dunk. The lobby is closed, and this is closed. Also, I think they just put that board in. That's how long we've been at the new place. They're already putting in electronic boards and stuff. Nothing like segueing through the drive-through. Some places will get pretty mad at you for doing that, and some other places are totally cool with it. Evening coffee is the equivalent of alcoholics that drink in the morning. If the first thing you drink when you wake up is like a beer, you're an alcoholic. If you're drinking coffee in the evenings, you're a coffeeholic, also known as a coffholic. All right, we're gonna get these candy buttons done. We're painting the buttons, then we're gonna tape them off, paint it white. Pretty simple object. Kind of looks like a baking sheet. It's pretty cool. We got some nice candy colors for these as well. For this, we're doing it in rows, different colors, even though that's kind of not what most of them look like, but it looks cooler that way. The way you do that is you put this down, spray, 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 and here you go. Looks like some kind of art you would see in a hotel room on Route 70 going to Ohio. You know, it's cool that we have Taco Tuesday. I don't mean any specific restaurant, just that it's a phenomenon that's more or less universal. Taco Tuesday is great, but I think we need something that's a little more American. You know what I mean? Like, why don't we have Burger Mondays? Think of how great it would be if you could go somewhere every Monday and get like some cheaper than normal burgers. Like, that would be so great. Why Why? Maybe we need a day of the week that starts with a B or something. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe we need to call it something that other than a burger to make it alliterate. But we need like Burger Mondays. We need something like that. Dude, what about Fry Fridays? It's right there in the name. Just literally Friday. Fry Friday. If we're gonna celebrate tacos with Tuesdays, man, shouldn't we be celebrating fries with Friday? Let's package this violin holder and this little guitar hanger here. Nice black octo. And here we've got a guitar luthier neck rest. Well, it's time for an exotic segment. We are going to paint this beauty. As you can see, beautiful candy colors. I'm gonna tape all these off, which should be actually pretty easy. Just a strip of tape and then fold it. And then the rest is gonna be white. Just like that. And a blue uke hanger. Big David can. And we got another David. Man, we pulled a late one today, but we will look at the Discord. JP Letty, it would be awesome if you could find a wizard hat to wear while smoking the Gandalf. I mean, come on, if I had come across one at a thrift store, I'd have bought it. XXR Designs, thanks for my birthday shout out. You're the best. I hope you print thousands of Sharkos and stuff. That is a safe prediction. So JP Letty got a picture of the booklet that he got. If you want to see that, join the Discord. So we got into a little bit of a debate about education. It stayed pretty respectful, but I was thinking, like, it's probably a little too close to bullying for me to just go through the debate and what I said and stuff. Like, obviously I'm the person in the conversation that's got a big platform, and so I'm not going to go through the debate. I'm not going to ban debates in the Discord, but it gets toxic quick, you know. And I think most of the people in the Discord and in the Gratitude Gang are not toxic people, but it's almost just this thing of like blood in the water. Eventually, if debates happen a lot somewhere, it almost just in some kind of natural way just gets people that are just going to go for blood, and it can become toxic quickly. So I'm not going to formally ban debates. I'm just going to say, if anybody ever gets into one, it's very important that you keep things respectful. And I like to think that we did. But it's never come up before, and I figured I would address it. Alright, here's a real good one. JTGTI6011. Catchy. In 8 months, I have started an Etsy, found your channel, started an LLC, and gotten my Etsy to 2 or more sales per day. Not bad, sir. In fact, join the Discord and drop a link to your Etsy in the promotional section. We'll check it out. Maybe we'll even start just... Well, I have featured stores on the channel before. Message me if you want to get featured. I can say that feeling is something that makes you want to shout. I have bigger goals to come, but to all y'all watching, Mark, it's possible, and no, you don't need huge cash flow. Just be smart with your actions and take a risk. Sometimes even changing the mainstream products is still very relevant. This is what I'm grateful for. Very cool. It's probably good enough time to mention, I think 4 or 5 other people have started businesses from watching the show at least. And that's just the people that have mentioned it. So that's a good feeling. Apollos 5184. Grateful for your inspiration and optimism. Glad we had this talk. Ditto. Apollo was astonished Dionysus thought me mad. The Ian MCE. I'm grateful for good movies. Just saw the first TMNT in theaters and it was awesome. There's a guy in the Great Gratitude Gang that's super into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think he's from his hometown is like where the guy who created the series is from or something. But yeah, I've heard the first one is the good one and most of the other ones suck. Junior or JR303, it's demented and sad, but social. LOL. Sorry, I watched the making of. Flipping love that flick. You did misspell demented as long as we're getting really, really autistic about this. But that is how I quote movies. Like, sometimes a Star Wars quote comes back to me, and then I realize I'm like a word or two off. The hardest ones are the lines from Jabba. Ingo wonky patuki. I think that's the one where he says, I told you not to admit him. Sandingo. Those burgers look fantastic. Could see one at every burger spot / diner. Oh, that's the plan, baby. Midwest nostalgia. Sounds like a side project the guy from Sponge would be involved with. I'd go see that band. Wow. That is a really, really niche band to be referencing. Say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for me. Alright, that's about enough nonsense for today. We went late today, but it's worth it. Oh man, what am I grateful for? I feel like I say this too much, but I am grateful for extremely hot baths. Look, I grew up in Indiana, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but I think people that live in colder areas are more likely to take baths, and people that grow up in hot areas mostly want to take showers. I've never seen any statistics, and I only have aggregated anecdotes to make that determination, but it seems very true. You know, when you come in playing in the snow as a kid, there is nothing like just a super hot bath. But there's also nothing like a super hot bath when you're really tired and you're just achy. And that's what I am. So you know what? That is exactly what I am genuinely grateful for. The gratitude segment for me is about honesty. I mean, there's a lot of things I could honestly be grateful for, but that is actually what's going through my head right now. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I've got really nice soaps. It's going to be relaxing, and a lot of the bodily stress that I am holding is going to be released. That's what I am genuinely grateful for. Tell me in the comments what y'all are grateful for. Could be anything. Could be a very cool business victory like we read in the comment section there. Could be just, I don't know, you're just having a good time. You're just having a good vibe. It could be very simple. Gratitude doesn't have to be complex. We're all about reorienting ourselves towards positive things, constructive things, things that over the long term are going to lead to a somewhat more virtuous life, more productive, more fulfilled life. Write down in the comments and let me know what you got. And we drop the goodness every single day. You guys are the best. Peace out.
Stay around you. I can't say what I need. This blinding arm lessons I'm seeing to standing in a moment. What has been is cast aside, frozen there as time rode. I know that you must have died. Open up your mind. emotions, everything that we through emotions, and we're all going to die. So leave me something precious, another glimpse of light. Lion will surround you. Open up your light, time to say a Wiedersehen.